One of the wisest quotes I've ever heard is probably Susan Gale's. It's a shame when the things that are on your mind and in your heart never reach your lips. Her words made me think a lot about A, sharing ideas, which led to B, starting at the TED Club as soon as I was familiar with its concept. Regardless of the fact that the TED word would be a nice fancy touch on one's CV. It's true, I admit it. My motive was actually beyond that. As Tunisians, and just getting out of a revolution, we value now more than ever the freedom of speech, and we are aware of its necessity for the sanity of individuals before nations. Thus, articulating ideas and thoughts without fear of retaliation, sanction, or censorship is an extremely precious privilege that we should not take for granted and must enjoy it as long as we have it. In addition, expressing feelings, perceptions, thoughts, theories, and ideas, whether through direct simple speech, writing, painting, poetry, music, is not only a relief, but also a soul liberator. After all, pouring yourself into something that represents how you feel and what do you really think is certainly a proof of your unapologetic existence. I study math, and sometimes to prove something, we use absurd reasoning. And that's exactly what I'm planning to do. What if Ibn Khaldun never wrote the Muqaddimah initiating sociology? What if Gandhi never stood up against colonizers? What if Einstein kept his theories for himself? What if Aristotle never debated? What if Da Vinci, Van Gogh, Picasso never painted? Would our world look the same as today? Definitely not. It would be a world with less multiplicity and less plurality, with each one of us having a multiple identity curved by our religion, region, family, interest, and maybe gender, making our feelings and thoughts so unique, and so every human being have something new and different to add to the picture in order to build the prosperity and the magnificent complexity of humanity. To also take down what Elif Shafak called dualistic pattern. The latter consists of the existence of two opposite camps in everything, those pro and those anti, black and white, which is an unrealistic, illusionary concept, with life being so far from bipolarity, so colorful, so nuanced. And this misled concept and idea is contaminating people as a light consequence among other more negative impacts of silence, mentally, intellectually, and socially. One should never ever remain silent for fear of complexity, as Shafak said. Yet we are responsible for what to share with others. That's to say, meaningless, worthless words are either foolish, mean, or worst of all, coming out of ignorance and enlightens. And to prevent such a chaos, where everyone says whatever comes first in their minds, we should deeply, passionately, and truly educate ourselves, seek knowledge, to speak wisdom, to not to be an intellectual echo, to think for ourselves, owning our own critical perspective. Whether this comes from checking books, taking courses, attending workshops, traveling, or simply being part of a club. To sum it up, silence is a passive, deemed approval of problems, a locked door in the face of progress, because there is no time for fear, shyness, or indifference. Let's truly express ourselves. Let's tell the world how we see it and who we really are. Let's spread ideas worth sharing.